All right. We're back. We got some Pills Matic, and this one is another one from Interboro. And did they collab with someone? I gotta check now because they did so many collabs on those other beers. All right, brewed in collaboration with our friends at Carton Brewing. So let me try to clear off the sweat there. With our friends at Carton Brewing. And it looks like, oh, there it is down at the bottom. Interboro and Carton. So very creative names there. Carton. Looks like we got 5% alcohol. That's my stallion version of the beer. All right, let's crack it and let's see what we got here. We got some fuzz building around the top. That is nice. So this one here had a lot of that biscuit character that you'll see in like more traditional style lagers. And so obviously Pils Matic, it's a Pilsner. Don't know what kind of variant it is. It didn't have a whole lot of florals or a whole lot of spice, but it definitely had that slightly sweet, slightly dry breadiness like biscuit. And I dig it. I dig it. This one, I could probably wake up and drink this first thing in the morning. Easy. Okay. We're doing another Purely Skinful. Purely Skinful. Right there, baby. This one's Renegade. And this is in the old deer tallow. Very nice. So, I love how Purely Skinful puts the ingredients right on the front there. We got exotic rosewood and cardamom mingled with smoky oud, sandalwood, and vetiver intertwined with sensual tonka bean and warm amber. 3.75 ounces, and they got all the information. All the information on the top and on the side label. Even directions for use. What more could you ask for? So, this is what we're looking at. You gotta love Purely Skinful, how they always stamp it. And me being a scooper, I try to go around the outside to preserve the stamp. Anyhow, so that's what we're doing. And this, the tail end of this week is sort of shaping up to be a impromptu Purely Skinful week. So, Purely Skinful Appreciation Week. That's what we're doing here. Impromptu. Feel free to join in if you're sitting on some Purely Skinful and you're shaved in. If you don't have some, it's probably too late to join, but next time. There's always next time. But yeah, Purely Skinful is definitely one of my favorite artisans in the game. When I started buying products from Canada, she was kind of in that second wave, and I absolutely love her products. Okay, so got it lathered up in the Lancaster bowl right here, and this is what we're looking at, the deer tallow. So last night I was working with the beef tallow, which is her kind of standard formula, and then today we're doing the deer tallow. And this is the Dark Sanctum Ronin X 3D printed handle in the more smooth finish, and then it has the AP Shave Co. 2-bed synthetic knot on top, and this is just chock full of lather. You kind of see like how wide it is. Those tips are spread out a little bit. So definitely holding on to some lather in this bad boy. The tips are soft. It is easy to splay. Jose, set the knot on this just right. It's not too springy, which is kind of the death of a synthetic brush if it's too springy. But I wouldn't consider this super floppy either. I think he He really nailed it. So, props, Jose, for this beautiful 3D printed brush and the knotting service that you provided for me. Really easy to work with, Jose. I told him I wanted to send one of my own knots to him instead of buying one from his offerings. And it's not like he had bad offerings, but this was a knot that I've wanted to try for a while, and I didn't have another brush handle for it to go into, so I figured why not throw it in this one. And it actually looks really good as well, so totally worked out. So today it looks like we whipped up a fairly nice lather. This deer tallow, it's not quite as dense as the bear tallow, but it's no slouch. It definitely has a nice kind of medium density, which is more than enough in any occasion. And the deer tallow is probably the slickest out of the three, in my opinion. In my opinion, the deer tallow is the slickest, the bear tallow is the second slickest, and it's probably the most round out of the three, rounded, balanced. And then the beef tallow is the third, but also still really good. All right, we have the Rockwell 6Shady. This was gifted to me from Lord Shady, of course, my buddy Joey. And we got a Wizamet Blade loaded up inside there with only God knows how many uses on it. So, let's get with it. It was funny when I did my second purely Skinful shave, which was yesterday's shave. I got a few comments that, okay, we get it. You know, you're trying to make up for your bad lather with purely Skinful when I did my shave stick a couple days ago. And where that was true, I also absolutely love purely Skinful, and since I have such a big collection of soaps, I don't always use it as much as I want to. And so after I did that follow-up shave with another purely Skinful, and I was cleaning up my gear and I was looking at all the purely Skinful that I have down there, I thought, you know what? Why not? Why not just do a purely Skinful week, at least for the remainder of the week? You know what I mean? I got a few mail calls pending, and they're not gonna be here anytime soon. And I thought, why not just do a purely Skinful week to finish out the rest of the week, and that'll carry you all the way up to when your mail calls come in, and will be absolutely perfect timing, you know? So I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. Of course, a mail call came in earlier than expected, but I still have others that are working their way to me, so it's still gonna work out. And that slickness is just fantastic. I absolutely, with light pressure, I'm just skating across the skin with absolutely no issue. And it is absolutely elite. No other way to put it. It might not have the density of some of the more popular elite offerings. But that slickness and residual slickness are fantastic. And it kind of warms my heart since I am a deer hunter. It actually it does something for me that I'm using a byproduct of deer hunting. So it's kind of like it's going to good use. If I could send my deer tallow to Linda, I absolutely would, but I don't think Customs would appreciate that very much. Anyways, very good stuff. Very good stuff. Let me I gotta get the slickness off my hands before I put any of my, before I grab any of my gear, because if I don't, something is very likely to just fly right out. Alright, let's grab some more. Still got plenty left. We'll get the second pass popping. And then we will finish up. And I'm more or less just painting it on for the second pass because there's nothing to really scrub into anymore. The 6Shady on the 5 plate, which is what I use it on, absolutely does the job for me. The with the grain knocks it down, and the against the grain finishes it off. Oh, it looks like we got a chunk of soap there. Just get that out of there. And the Wizamet Blade as well. That's one of the ones that Justin, the Red Island shaver, was experimenting with. I saw his shave today, and I think he really enjoyed it. So I know he's been using the feathers lately, and he's got this whole system where he uses a really sharp blade, and he's kind of testing to see if using a sharp blade repeatedly is better or worse for an irritation-free shave. And so that's been really interesting to kind of follow that process. Let's go against the grain here. The feathers are nice blades. I don't find them as harsh as I once did. I just think back when I thought they were harsh, perhaps my my technique still needed some work. But now I have found blades that I like more than the feathers, and that would be the Pole Silvers, the Wizamets, and the Gillette Platinums. I would say those are my go-tos, although I use all kinds of blades. Like, I know some people literally stick with their go-to blades, and they're probably the smart ones, to be honest. I'm the dumb one for bouncing around, but I bounce around a lot. And I use, Persona Blues, Persona Reds, Voscod. I love Voscod. Those are kind of like my recovery blades, Like if I have a bad shave, it's like throw a Voscod in there. It's almost guaranteed to be a smooth shave. And it'll help me on my recovery process, because at very least I won't be making it worse. The Wizamets for me are the daily driver, the ones that have that combination of sharpness and smoothness. And I just feel like for me they're just the winner. And this fucking Rockwell, man. This Rockwell never fails me. An absolute beloved ambassador for the wet shaving hobby. Rockwell is the real deal. Whether or not, you know, they're the big dog and, you know, they might not be part of the community, whatever you want to say, they're absolutely doing us a service. So I appreciate Rockwell for that. Alright, let's get this lather off the face. We'll put some post shave on and we'll close this one out. So another beautiful shave with Purely Skinful. The impromptu Purely Skinful week continues tomorrow. Like I said, if you got some Purely Skinful, feel free to join along if you're interested. If not, no big deal. I will keep this train rolling all by myself if I have to. Tomorrow, though, I'm thinking of the Bear Tallow. And I might hop in on the Lather and Blade live train. So it might end up being a Facebook Live repost, which I don't see much of a drop-off at all with the Facebook Live reposts. So they must not be all that bad. So, got the Lancaster towel. Gotta get this residual off here. Looks like this is one of those days where I got a lot in the beard, which usually happens when I have a good lather. When I have a good lather, you have a lot of cleanup. So, as per usual, I'm going to have to just get that off camera. Okay. Even with the towel in my hand, I can still feel it. And grab the peasant's towel to get this residual slickness. You should be so lucky. Bah. Okay, let's take a sip. Now we got Purely Skinful Aftershave Lotion, which is a witch hazel and aloe. This is the matching scent, and there's the ingredients and directions. Even on this rather small 2-ounce bottle with just a kind of one of those tops squeeze jar. Oops, maybe I should shake it. Give it a little shake. There we go. That should do it. So again, it's kind of a lightweight lotion. So it's kind of like an aftershave balm, lightweight. I'm gonna get a little bit on my dry forehead. Get some on the cheeks. You know what I noticed? I didn't talk about the scent on this one whatsoever. But I have used this in the past, so if you really, really are interested, you could always check that out. But it's a great scent. Obviously, Linda's description that she puts on the lid of the jar is pretty spot on. I mean, as per usual, she nails it. Nails the description. Okay. And this lotion is good stuff, guys. It's about medium weight. Well, it's lightweight, but it kind of sits on the face, you know, for just a little bit. It's not going to sit on the face all day. It's not going to leave your face feeling oily. But once it soaks in, it's really nourishing, and it works great. I like it. Anyhow, that will do it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I appreciate the support, as always. Cheers. I'll catch you on the next one.